What's up, everyone? This is Joseph Jones, the Autismo Dynamite. As it says here on my back. So if you see this shirt in public, don't be afraid to come up for a high five or maybe sign your nipples or whatever. Who knows? This is episode 1 of what is 2026 January, and I've decided to start my own boxing vlog blog channel. And now, before I talk about what I want to talk about in today's video, I do just want to quickly go back a week and talk about the Amanda Serrano fight with Teket, I think her name was. I got up at like 3 a.m. for that fight, and I thought it was good, but I mean, I do think some people on BoxRec were maybe a bit harsh with giving Serrano every round. I mean, I thought, considering she was a late replacement and also considering she was going up a weight class, I thought she did pretty damn good. Although, I mean, I don't really think there was much excuse for her missing weight considering she was going up in weight, but nevertheless, I thought she did a lot better given the circumstances. Very good considering the circumstances. But anyway, on to today's topic, which is Kabayel versus Damien Knyba, taking place in Germany for the WBC interim title. Being honest, I think this is probably I honestly feel like this is probably a result of Kabayel. I have a feeling that since the Zhang fight, Kabayel's now officially become kind of like this generation's Gennady Golovkin, where after so many devastating knockouts, like first you had Arslanbek Makhmudov, which a lot of people thought would where Kabayel was simply just supposed to be like a fight to make him look good, and he looked awful. You have Frank Sanchez, who has a history of hurting his opponents, and Kabayel tortured his body. And then you have the Zhang fight, which really imposed him onto the even though he did get knocked down in the 5th round, the way he stood toe to toe with a puncher like Zhang. Not only that, but then obviously Zhang's not got the best gas tank in the world, but dig into the body just made him look like I've never seen him so knackered in my life. And I feel like that's kind of the reason why he's kind of fighting. Like, I don't want to say like Damien Knyba. Yeah, Knyba. Sorry if I butchered your name. I do feel like he is I do think he's got some good skill. I did see his most recent fight. But thing is though, he doesn't really have any names on his resume that would make you think he could beat Kabayel. Like, he's got a good reach, he's got good hand speed, good jab, good uppercut on the inside. But I feel like at 6'7", and don't take the mick out on me for that. Even at that height, I feel like he's kind of tailor made for Kabayel to just go to the body. And a lot of people say that Kabayel could probably beat Usyk. I personally don't think he's like, don't get me wrong, he's a great body puncher, and I know a lot of people think that Usyk's body is a very vulnerable place for him, but being real, I think that's really only due to the Daniel Dubois fight. And I mean, to be fair, maybe like you could probably argue that with his movement, going to the body is probably a weak spot for him. But being real, I think that's really simply just because of the questionable knockdown or low blow in the first Dubois fight. I feel like that was simply just a one-off. Like, I mean, I think most heavyweights who would get hit by that shot by Dubois would probably get put on their ass. But yeah, I don't like if he works at I personally think if he works the body too much, which just leaves him too open most of the time to get countered or get hit on the head. Like obviously, like in the Zhang fight where he got a left straight to the head, which put him down in the 5th round. And being real, it could have possibly been worse if he didn't have a good chin or. But look, but I mean, I don't even think like he's talking about fighting Wilder and being. I think he's pretty much proven himself. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna call Usyk a coward for not fighting Kabayel, but being real, like, does he really need to prove anything else? Like, he cleared out the cruiserweight division, beating 3 undefeated world champions in their backyards. Then he went up to heavyweight where he had 2 warm-up fights, which is perfectly fine. Especially because one of them was against Derek Chisora, who, despite his loss record, can give anyone a tough fight. Or nearly everyone, not Tyson Fury. And then he goes and beats. He beats 3 different world champions. He beats 3 world champions to become 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion, and he does 3 of them twice. He beat AJ twice, he beat Daniel Dubois twice, and he beat Tyson Fury twice. Like, does he really need to will beating Kabayel really add anything to his legacy? I don't think so. So I mean, while I don't really want to see him fight Wilder, I don't really have any problems with him doing so. Like, I think he deserves just one fight where he gets a massive payday. So, but I mean, if Usyk does retire, then as the interim champion, Kabayel will become the world champion. So there are definitely plenty of fights he could take. I would, if he wants to unify, if he ever does become world champion, I would like to see maybe like a unification fight with maybe like Fabio Wardley, who I think would probably really test. I think, like, even though a lot of people would say Kabayel would win that fight, I think Fabio Wardley's power could devastate him if, like I said, he works the body too much. And but yeah, just talking about I think it's going to be a whitewash for Kabayel. I think at this point he's just gonna have to fight like guys with good records, but not very good resume, simply just to make him look good. Which, I mean, fair enough. If people don't want to fight him, then that's really all we can. I just hope that he gets to fight like a top tier person in his prime, like maybe like Fabio Wardley, or who knows, like who else is there? Filip Hrgovic, F.A. Jagba, Martin. I hope he can fight like just someone great that like at least like get like that one win that you look back on and think, yeah, Kabayel truly was the shit. But who knows? Like if the same story happens like Golovkin, then most likely that high profile fight will come when he's past his prime, and it will be judged by people who very much favour the more high profile fighter. So we'll see what happens, but I do hope Kabayel does become world champion. So yeah, don't really know what else to talk, because there's not really much to talk about the fight. Like, I think like Damien Knyba is just not really like the only two people. There's only 2 people with like good resumes on his good records on his resume, and those guys don't even have good resumes. Like, he beat one guy who was 25-0-1, but the people he fought were absolute dog shit. But I mean, look, let's be real. I mean, Tyson Fury. Look at the people he. Look at the 2 people he fought before fighting like Deontay Wilder, and he arguably won the I mean, not arguably, he definitely did win the first fight, but yeah. I mean, or look at like Javante Davis. I mean, he fought absolute nobodies before fighting Jose Pedraza, I think. Um, I apologize if I got the wrong fighter. I think it was Jose Pedraza. So yeah, hopefully so yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll at least just be a good fight, and hopefully Knyba will present some like he does have an 86-inch reach, which will be interesting to see against Kabayel. But yeah, hopefully it's at least entertaining to watch. And so yeah, that's all I really got to say. So this has been the Autismo Dynamite, and I'll see you next week to talk about other upcoming fights and maybe also some other stuff. So yeah, bye bye bye.